Well, hello everyone, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and today we're going to discuss the landship. The landship recently in the latest winter patch had huge changes in it, and I've never actually discussed the teamwork landship. So grab you a buddy and get ready, because we're going to learn how to properly drive the landship. We're going to go through all three forms of the landship, and we're going to talk about in-depth tactics and strategies against tanks, infantry, and how to use the landship properly. Let's start off right now and say this is the support landship. And this is the map St. Quentin Scar, and we're going to go ahead and get into the action right now. Meet Big Bess. Alright guys, our first engagement with the landship is right here. We basically come up to the C flag. That's the route I like to take on St. Quentin Scar. I like to go FEC. And I take a wrong angle to this flag, and apparently a lot of the enemies come to it as well. So this is the first time we're in trouble in the entire game, and it's right off the top of the rip. And what happens, we have a plane on us, we had a couple guys, and assault. When you're driving the landship, the first thing you want to realize is you have to trust your gunners. Your job isn't to kill people. Your job is to basically keep that tank alive. And sometimes you have to kill people to keep the tank alive, sometimes you don't. So this is where we bring in the emergency repair button. You'll see like I got disabled just a second ago and I've emergency repaired it. I have an assault guy there. That's why I started repairing. I told Scapegoat to get out and protect the tank. That's what he did. He got out and started protecting the tank from infantry. Because your number one nemesis in the landship is going to be assault guys. And they're mostly lay down and try to shoot you with their rocket gun. So having a kit that will be able to protect you from the rocket guns as your passenger will help you out tremendously. The support landship now has a flak cannon on the front instead of a machine gun, so it has area of effect, so you want to remember that as well. But that was our first situation of being really in trouble, and we got out of it. So we're doing the full repair right now, and we're going to go ahead and proceed on taking the C flag.
We have lost objective.
Coming off of the C flag, I have this choice to make. I have the E flag, which needs to be taken, and I have the F flag, which is getting taken. I see a whole bunch of troops running up there. I tell Scapegoat, hold the fucking shoot. Do not shoot. Because I see that landship rolling right in the F right there. So what my goal is to deploy Subterfuge. My goal is to come across and flank them in a way and don't hit them until they have no way of getting around. Sometimes not shooting and holding your fire is the best way to do it. So here we bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid man, and we start letting them have it. We have Mr. Cinder on the right side, Skate on the left. I'm trying to position so both the big turrets can hit them at all times. One landship down. Here comes the second landship right here. Skate's getting into him. I'm hitting him as well. Boom, two landships down. And we've cleared the entire flag of enemies. There's a guy actually on top of the windmill right now. I don't think I've seen him. But we're slowly pushing out, and we destroyed an entire brigade of people on this tank. This is the power of the fucking landship right here. It has two massive case cannons on it. It has a main gun that can actually hurt and injure people. And you could very easily wipe people up out of the scene. I think we're trying to run him over. Nope. We don't get to run over here. But we're hurt right now, so and people are pounding us. So now we got to get away. Instead of trying to defend myself, I try to run. And we're hurt right there. Emergency repair and the backup saves us. Allows us to get over here. I know over here is out of bounds, so I'm trying to get behind this windmill to protect us from the rocket gunfire. And here we go. Bang. We're back behind the windmill. Now we can get a full repair on. But that was a good assault on F. Let's see how the F flag turns out. So they actually took F while we were repairing, but out here I see a mortar guy, so I decided to go this way. As you notice, they've taken C back at this point, so I'm heading back towards C. I come over here and give Skate a chance to fuck this guy up. He misses his shot, so I take him anyway. And it's out, and here we go over here. Got this guy hanging out on this area, and for some reason he disappears. But we're going back to C. I didn't really show the C cap last time, but I'll show it this time. Basically, what you notice what I'm doing is I'm kind of hanging on the outside edge of the maps. I'm not really getting into the nitty gritty. The fact is, the support landship is like a big mobile turret. It's not a really good tank for like assaulting flags. If you want to assault flags, the heavy tank is more your boy. But if you want to be a support tank and like push up into flags, kind of like this, notice where I'm sitting on just the outside edge of the flag. And the reason that is when I position myself on a flag itself, I'm always thinking about my escape route. My escape route right here would actually be turning and going around the backside of these buildings, because I'm thinking about what happens if 2 tanks roll up. What happens if 5 assault guys roll up? Always think about the possibilities that could happen, the worst case scenario when you're driving into a situation, and try to avoid it. Sometimes it's better to be conservative, because when you're conservative, it helps you stay alive, and through the process of staying alive, you're scoring points. So C flag's taken. We're going right there. We're looking on the minimap. E flag is getting taken. Let's see what we do here. I don't remember. So, but the only flag left is the E flag. So I'm sitting up here. I'm looking to make sure that I can cross this without a tank or anything else ambushing me. I'm listening for my gunner callouts. And as the driver of the tank, it's important for you to do the callouts. Since you have third person, your gunners no longer have third person, you need to call out for them because they have a very small window. But I see right here, this guy's going up here to F. I don't want to drive down there to C by myself. What I'm doing is I'm waiting on these blue guys. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing. I'm waiting on these blue guys to drive up so they can get on E2. So I'm not a big fucking, point button that's sitting on the E flag. So they're here. I'm getting just on the points. I'm backing up to drive right to the edge of the capture point. I don't want to be in the middle of the flag. You never want to be where that heavy tank is. See where that heavy tank sits? That is death for most tanks. The heavy tank can kind of get away with it, but even then, I wouldn't do that. If I was in that tank, I would actually position all my gunners to protect the flag and not myself, because gunners have an easier time with infantry than a heavy tank, even though that seems like it's dumb, because you only get one shot every 2 or 3 seconds, whereas the gunners can consistently shoot. But we got the E flag taken from us. Now it's D. What's the route that I'm going to take to D right here? I'm going to go all the way around. Instead of the blue tanks, they're driving through the middle of town. I'm taking the alt route. I'm taking the scenic route. And the reason this is less infantry is going to be out here in this case. My goal is to capture the D flag, not to rack up kills. So we're sitting here. I'm telling Skate, like, boom, we got 2 guys out in the field. So we're both shooting out here in the field. I'm kind of ignoring my right gun because the right gun's not in my party. But like, if I had a right gun, I would, because I really don't trust the blueberries as much as I trust Skateko to actually kill people. But I do position the blueberry so he can get kills in situations like right here. You'll see the blueberry fell on me because I'll position myself so he can kill him, and he never does. But like, boom, another perfect example. I came up the scenic route, and look here, I'm only getting another 1,000 points just because of it. We even scored a couple kills. I know there's a guy right there on the wall. I can see him, but I'm waiting for the points, and boom, I got the kill right there as well. That's a beautiful, wonderful kill. 1,000 points. Now all they have is the A flag. They're taking the C flag back, so I'll probably take the scenic route back to there. They're also losing the B flag. Oh no, looks like we're going to be heading to B. I made the B choice. Normally, thinking in hindsight, I would have took the C choice there. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and skip up to B. Alright, as you can see, the B flag was already taken by the time we got back up here. But here's the route I took. I do a long curved route all the way around the flag. And I do this on every kind of situation. I always do a long curved route on flags. I try not to assault the flags straightforward unless I have to. So at this point, I'm going to do a flank route around C. So we're just going to take out enemies as they go. You see that little emblem right there above his head? That's assault. Learn it and learn it well. Heavy tank. Boom. Heavy tank fight. Alright. The support landship can help out against tanks. I'm putting my right gun on him to fire because I'm trying to get the right gun to fire. And he's ignoring completely. So I'm like, fuck him. We're just going to put skate back on him. And like we're whittling him down. I'm trying to keep skate in his input, and he's down. The heavy tank is down. Boom. The heavy tank cannot take the landship in any of its forms. If you have two case gunners, even with the mortar landship, the heavy tank can't fuck with you at all. And the mortar landship doesn't have a healing spell, and it also doesn't have a cannon that can hurt people on the front. So like, yeah. We'll pick this little scout guy up. Tells Kate to turn up to the shotgun. I'm determined to get this guy at this point. There he goes. Bye, timeless TJ. Alright, so now we're assaulting the C flag from another angle here. And I think I go do the same thing I normally do. Boom. Right here on the edge. Like, I just take this time to repair myself up. We got a lot of blue guys. We got a heavy tank on us. We're moving with the actual crew. And I can't reiterate it enough. Move with your infantry. If you're taking flags without your infantry guys, even if they're blueberries, you're in huge risk no matter what tank you're in. Because you see right here, I have blueberries to fall back on because this guy gets 2 really good anti-tank grenades out on me. So I fall back onto these blueberries and try to stay into them. I have a cavalry unit right there, right in front of me, and all my blueberries are disappearing. But like, you know, I still have that cavalry unit right there. And cavalry units are super strong. They have 300 health versus the standard 100 health. And they have unlimited health and ammo on top of them. They're basically fucking hero units. And they will fuck people up. If you don't use the cavalry, you should really try it out. But that's pretty much the support landship in a nutshell. We end up going flawless this game. I run the support landship the entire game. Here's the screen. As you can see, I got 30-0. Skate goes 18-0, and all the other people on my team do. And I get 22,000 points. Perfect landship. So let's go and quickly discuss the other 2 variants of the landship itself. And I want to go ahead and highlight which landship I like the best. The Tank Hunter. This is the next landship we're going to highlight. It is the anti-vehicle landship. Did you see how well the support landship ate that 1 tank on the map? Here is the Tank Hunter, and we're going up against the armored train at this point. All right, when you're going against the armored train as the Tank Hunter, what you want to do is you want to kind of isolate yourself so you kill the turrets that actually matter. The way to damage the train is to disable turrets. See, I disabled a turret right there. The first, second, and sixth turret on the armored train are the ones that actually can hurt you. The first one's a tank one, the second one's a mortar, and the sixth one is a flak cannon. You see it right there, it's hitting us. Alright? So we want to basically damage those things. If you can get those out by themselves, and if the tank driver's dumb as shit, you'll be able to take the armored train out by yourself with the Tank Hunter landship. It's just me. I got a friend politician here, and Primal Soup's in here. No, who's number 2? Jaybird's number 2. Jaybird's actually level 4. I think he's level fucking 4 at this point in the game. This is his first game ever, and he decided to ride the landship with me. Big things about the support the Tank Hunter landship that you should learn. It has a case cannon. It has an anti-tank case cannon on it. What that means is it has very little splash damage. Pretty much you have to direct hit infantry or 2-shot infantry to get a kill with the big machine gun, the big cant rockets on the on this landship. All right, Jaybird just took out the entire behemoth right there. We took the behemoth out in less than 30 seconds with the Tank Hunter landship just now. The entire clip, you just seen the entire behemoth's life. That's how strong this thing is. What do you think a heavy tank will have against this ship? Let's show you. Alright, I couldn't find a heavy tank in this game that did it, but here's an artillery truck. Done. Heavy tanks don't last too much longer than that. You get both cannons on them, you use your tank conveyor to hit them. Your gun does 25 damage, their guns do 30 apiece. That's more than 100 health in one volley. You can wipe tanks off the map. How do I suggest using the Tank Hunter? More conservatively, because you don't have very good anti-infantry capabilities, and the tank conveyor is kind of hard to use versus infantry. What you want to do is you want to play even more conservative than anything else. What I like to do is I run the Tank Hunter on maps that have heavy armor configurations, such as Sinai Desert, such as St. Quentin Scar, such as Empire's Edge. I'll run the Tank Hunter class and I'll sit in an area where the armor kind of comes all the time. For example, the D flag on Sinai Desert, armor will consistently go there. So how do you deal with any infantry it is? You need to tell your passengers that you have to use the shotgun. You press triangle on the PlayStation 4, you pop up to a shotgun. It is not as good as it was in the beta, but it's still miles better than the actual rockets that the case cannons shoot on the landship Tank Hunter. But anything past medium range, you should use the rockets and try to do direct hits. As you see right here, we're kind of fighting our way to the B flag, kind of staying with steel bolts here, trying to keep some sort. Oh, get fucked up! Trying to get some sort of backup here on us. We're trying to fight with that sniper. We see, fuck it, we're just gonna go ahead and get the B points. Always take flag caps over infantry kills. Actually, we didn't go to the B points. We're actually heading back to D right now to make sure that we keep a presence on the D flag, because your goal with this thing is to take out all enemy armor and take a whole facet of their game out and allow your blueberries just to have infantry versus infantry with a tank hunter landship support on some of the flags as we come back here to help take D.
We have taken objective.
Tank hunter might be my personal favorite tank, period. Mainly because if you have good enough gunners, you can take out infantry very easily. You eventually get really good with the tank of air on the front of it, even though it has a lot of RNG on it by itself. But it has the healing spell. It has the total healing spell, not like a cheap one like the support. The support has a track disabled healing spell, whereas this one has an entire healing spell. It heals 25 health, repairs all tracks and everything. It's really good, and it helps the tank survive longer periods of time. It's very easy to keep this tank up, especially with the armor buff that was put into the last patch. Well, guys, the the mortar landship gameplay, it's right here. Let me flip this around. No, you can't really see it, but it's back there, and it keeps crashing Sony Vegas, and I can't really use it, so I'll just go ahead and do it this way. The mortar ship gameplay is actually, when you're using the mortar ship, you want to use it on maps like Suez, really meat grindy maps. Suez is like the only map I pull the mortar ship out on, mainly because the big benefits of the mortar ship is able to basically mortar large sections of people and use it even more stationary than like the tank hunter or the other support. Support's the landship you want to go to if you want to kill a lot of infantry, you want to be mobile, and you want to be able to have a little bit of a healing ability or survivability. Tank hunter is the one you go into on very heavy armor maps, so if there's a lot of tank slots, tank hunter's there. For example, Amiens would be a support ship or even a mortar ship, whereas Suez would be a tank hunter, and if you or like a mixture between. There's a lot of armor on St. Quentin Scar, so you can go tank hunter or support. That's how you should roll it. So basically, the big benefit of the mortar ship is the gas mortars. Like, for example, C flag on Suez, gas it up, sit off to the side with your machine gun, pick off people, allow your full-size turrets to actually do work. That's basically what I was going to show you. But, yeah, I ran out of... I didn't run out of shit. It keeps crashing Vegas.